Humid Mediterranean salt air mixes with the scent of roasted cumin and fresh mint. You are standing at the crossroads of antiquity and startup culture. For a college student, Israel offers an unmatched density of experience within a geography the size of New Jersey. Over a 10-day trek, you can bounce from the 24-hour underground clubs of Tel Aviv to the 3,000-year-old stone alleys of Jerusalem, down to the absolute silence of the Negev Desert in Mitzpe Ramon, up to the Baha'i Gardens in Haifa, and finally float in the Dead Sea. Jerusalem isn't just a historical textbook, it is a living, breathing university city. Start your trip here, but skip the overpriced King David Street hotels. Book a dorm bed at Abraham Hostel near Davidka Square for about 120 shekels, around $32 a night. It is the ultimate hub for young travelers. Spend your morning walking the old city ramparts for an elevated view of the four quarters. By early afternoon, you need to be in the Mahana Yehuda market. Grab lunch at Azura, a legendary Iraqi Jewish spot tucked in the Iraqi market courtyard. Order the kube soup or their slow-cooked beef sofrito. After the intensity of Jerusalem, take the new high-speed train down to Tel Aviv. This is your secular beach town reset. Base yourself in Florentine, the gritty, street art-covered Brooklyn of Tel Aviv. Florentine House is a pristine, eco-friendly hostel where a bunk runs about 130 shekels. Your days here are simple. Grab an iced cafe hafuk, rent a Tello Fun green bike, and ride the promenade up to Hilton Beach for a surf lesson. For lunch, you are walking to Hakosam on Shlomo HaMelech Street. The line moves fast. Order the falafel pita. They hand out free falafel balls while you wait. It is 25 shekels of pure, crispy perfection. When the urban chaos peaks, catch the 392 bus south to Mitzpe Ramon in the Negev Desert. This is the ultimate backpacker detox. You are coming here to see the Maktesh Ramon, a massive 40-kilometer-long erosion crater that looks like the surface of Mars. Stay at the Green Backpackers, a legendary eco-hostel that caters entirely to desert hikers for around 100 shekels a night. There are no fancy restaurants here. The culture is buying fresh pita, labneh, and zadar at the local supermarket and hiking down into the crater. At night, walk out to the Camel Mount Lookout. Let's talk serious student fuel. You can eat world-class food in Israel without ever sitting at a white tablecloth. Well, everyone knows hummus, and you absolutely must eat warm, creamy masabacha at Abu Hassan in Jaffa. The real insider obsession is ceviche. It is a fluffy pita stuffed with fried eggplant, hard-boiled egg, potato, Israeli salad, tahini, and a tangy pickled mango sauce called amba. Go to Ceviche Chernikovsky in central Tel Aviv. It costs 30 shekels and will keep you full for 8 hours. Wash it down with a Gold Star beer, or if it is past sunset, a shot of Arak, our local anise-flavored spirit. That Arak shot transitions perfectly into the nightlife. Tel Aviv scene is genuinely world-class. Skip the flashy bottle service clubs by the port. You want to be at Kuli Alma, an underground, open-air labyrinth of street art, indie music, and vintage clothing pop-ups. It is free entry and packed with students. Also check out Tedder.fm, a pop-up radio station in a courtyard that serves giant pizzas. In Jerusalem, the vibe is grungier. Head to Syrup Hub off Ben Yehuda Street. It is a tiny, subterranean dive bar where Bezalel art students and local musicians pack the dance floor listening to live DJ sets. Logistics will make or break your budget. Fly in during the shoulder seasons, May or October, when flights are cheaper and the heat will not melt you. Immediately download the Movie app and buy an anonymous Ravkov card at Ben Gurion Airport. It is mandatory for all buses and trains. For taxis, use the Get app to avoid getting scammed. Budget roughly 250 to 300 shekels a day for hostels, street food, and transit. As for safety, do not let foreign news networks spook you. Violent street crime is incredibly rare. Exercise standard urban awareness, ignore unattended bags, and just follow the relaxed, confident cues of the locals. 3 takeaways for your college trek to Israel. First, structure your geography. Base yourself in the student-heavy neighborhoods of Florentine and Tel Aviv and near Mahana Yehuda in Jerusalem. Second, master the transit by getting a Ravkov card on day 1 and taking the 392 bus to the Negev for cheap desert hiking. Third, eat like a local. Skip the sit-down tourist traps and survive on 30 shekel sabich from Chernikovsky and fresh falafel from Hakosam. Erez, Noah, thank you for the ground-level intel. Pack a solid pair of trail shoes, leave room for amba sauce, and safe travels.